In the heart of 17th century Italy, beneath a canopy of stars that had captivated humanity for millennia, one man dared to look closer. His name was Galileo Galilei. With a newly crafted instrument, a simple tube of wood and glass, he pointed his gaze toward the heavens, and in doing so, prepared to shatter the very foundations of his world. For centuries, it was believed that Earth was the fixed center of a perfect, unchanging universe, with the sun, moon, and stars revolving around it in flawless circles. This was not just science. It was scripture, dogma, the very order of things. But what Galileo saw through his telescope told a different story. He looked at the moon and found not a smooth, divine orb, but a rugged world scarred with mountains and valleys. Much like our own Earth, he turned his attention to the great planet Jupiter and discovered 4 tiny points of light dancing around at moons in their own right, orbiting another world. This single observation proved that not everything in the heavens revolved around the Earth. Then he observed Venus, watching as it went through phases, just like our moon. This was the final, undeniable proof. The only way Venus could show these phases was if it and the Earth were orbiting the sun. The geocentric model was wrong. A new truth was dawning. We were not the center of everything. We were simply another planet, adrift in a vast, sun-centered cosmos. Galileo published his findings in a book called The Starry Messenger, which spread like wildfire across Europe. For many, it was a revelation, a thrilling glimpse into the true nature of the universe. But for the powerful church, it was heresy. Galileo's discoveries directly contradicted scripture and the established teachings of Aristotle that had been upheld for over 1,000 years. To challenge this was to challenge the authority of God himself. The conflict escalated. Galileo, a devout man of faith, believed that science and religion were not enemies. He famously wrote that the Bible shows how to go to heaven, not how the heavens go. But the forces of tradition were unyielding. He was summoned to Rome to face the Holy Inquisition, the most feared tribunal of the age. Imagine the scene: an old man, his health failing, standing alone before a council of powerful cardinals. He was accused of defying God, of spreading dangerous ideas that threatened to unravel the fabric of society. The evidence against him? The truth he had seen with his own eyes. The pressure was immense. Faced with the threat of torture and a painful death, Galileo was given an impossible choice: recant his life's work or be condemned as a heretic. In a moment that would echo through history, the brilliant astronomer, the man who had unveiled the cosmos, knelt and publicly denied the truth. He declared that the Earth did not move. He was sentenced to house arrest for the remainder of his life. His books were banned, and he was forbidden from ever teaching his revolutionary ideas again. Galileo spent his final years in quiet seclusion, blind and broken, but his spirit was never truly conquered. While under arrest, he secretly wrote his final masterpiece, Two New Sciences, which laid the groundwork for modern physics. He knew that an idea, once born, cannot be unmade. He had lit a spark, and it would not be extinguished. They silenced the man, but they could not stop the truth. The world would eventually come to see the universe, as he did not, through the lens of dogma, but through the clear eye of observation. Galileo showed us that we must have the courage to question what we think we know, and to follow the evidence wherever it may lead. They forced him to be silent, but the truth continued to move.